Hello, guys. I welcome you to another enlightening edition of Sports Fellas Daily Updates. And the Super Eagles B will face Sudan in a high-stake Group D encounter of the 2025 Championship of African Nation. And I'll give you the comprehensive insights of this match. I will talk extensively from a former coach of the Super Eagles who is calling on the World Football Governing Body to quickly deduct 3 points and goals from that of Bafana for using ineligible player during the 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Lesotho, and other from the camp of Victor Boniface. But before I proceed with the details of all these stories, if you are new on this platform, kindly subscribe to the channel. After that, hit on the post notification bell for more updates. Please don't forget to like the video and share to other social media platforms. My name still remains Solomon Kwadwo Asante, your only nomenclature with the engineer's philosophy in sports, a Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports, and I've been given a Nigerian name on this platform as the only one, Solomon Chukwu Emeka. Please do well to leave your decent comments in the comment box for special shoutouts in my subsequent videos. And no more, let's get straightforward into the video. To commence with is the camp of Super Eagles B. They are gearing up for their highly contested Group D encounter against Sudan, and it's going to happen, God willing, tomorrow at the Amani Stadium in Zanzibar. Zanzibar is a semi-autonomous region in Tanzania, of which the game will be played at exactly 5 p.m. Ghana time, 6 p.m. Nigeria time, 7 p.m. South Africa time at the Amani Stadium, which is 15,000 capacity stadium in Zanzibar, Tanzania. And let's look at the comprehensive insights of the game with respect to these two countries. And starting with is that of Sudan. Sudan in their first game in Group D of the 2025 Championship of African Nations, the ongoing one, drew with Congo, of which the results of the game left them with a precious points and a small cushion ahead of their highly contested game against the Super Eagles B. Super Eagles B, in the other hand, also lost to the defending champion Senegal by 1-0, of which another defeat for the Super Eagles, maybe against that of Sudan, will spell their elimination from the tournament. But a victory for the Super Eagles against Sudan will ignite their title ambitions for the 2025 Championship of African Nations in Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. And that's coming in from the camps of all these two countries. And aside that, this is going to be the very second time for Nigeria, same as Sudan, in the Championship of African Nation. For the very first time, Nigeria Super Eagles B defeated Sudan by 1-0 during 2018, but Nigeria fell to Morocco in the grand finale stage of the competition. This is the fourth time for both Nigeria, same as Sudan, in the history of the Championship of African Nation. And let's see how things will transpire. We will try as much as we can to apprise you with the highlights of the game as soon as possible and as fast as it will be on this platform. So just keep it logged on Sports Filler. Let's check out the recent interview and the pre-match interview from the head coach of the Super Eagles B, Eric Chelle. He's targeting 3 points ahead of their game against Sudan. And let's check it out.
To win a game. And with my game project, I know that it's the game project who asks a lot of intensity, a lot of aggressivity. So at the last moment in the game, I know that physically it will be difficult for us. To stay ambitious, we need to win this game against Sudan. But I don't want to talk about our ambitions of the player of the group. I just want to talk about this game. But if you talk with the player, you will see that we are ambitious. But the reality, we can't say that. We need to win tomorrow. And after that, we will see. We will see after the tournament. But the most important now is this game. I don't talk about the player, no. And I know we have a lot of pressure. It's normal because we are a great country, a great football country, and we need to do better that we did for the last game. So we are focused on us again. The reality now, we are alone, but we are together, and around this game, there is a lot of pressure, but it will be after the game, if we have the win, this game can bring something very good for the team.
So, in the camp of Super Eagles B, let's check out the table as it stands now. After match day 1 in Group D, Senegal, the defending champions, is leading with 3 points, 1 goal. Congo, 1 point. Sudan, 1 point. And Nigeria, bottom of the table with 0 points. And the latest coming from the camp of the Super Eagles B is that Eric Sequechel has called up a new goalkeeper, talking of Ebenezer Harcourt, to be part of the squad, because according to the latest coming in, goalkeeper of Ayimba might not be available. That is talking of Ani Ozamina might not be available in their subsequent games, even though he is recuperating from his latest injury before even their first game against Senegal. So these are the latest updates surrounding Super Eagles Bill, and I've given you the comprehensive insights from the camp. And away from their camp is to the camp of a former coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Guinness Ra. He has spoken at length and is calling on the world's football governing body, FIFA, to quickly deduct 3 points and 3 goals from that of Bafana for using ineligible player during the 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Lesotho. They won by 2 goals to 0. Talking of Teboho Mokoena, I've spoken at length about this player being eligible to play for South Africa against Lesotho. And this is the time Genatra, he's also coaching Benin. And Benin is part of Nigeria's group in the World Cup qualifiers. We have Nigeria, South Africa, Benin, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, Lesotho, and other countries competing for the ultimate qualifying for the 2026 World Cup tournament. United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. He said FIFA should be as quick as they can to deduct that points from South Africa. Aside that, he was in the helm of affair for Nigeria when they docked 3 points from their accumulated point towards the 2018 World Cup qualifiers against Algeria. And this is the right time, with similar offense from that of Bafana needs to be deducted with 3.3 goals from the accumulated points in an ongoing 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Let's check out on our screens the exact words of Genatra with respect to South Africa's points deduction. He started by saying, I am calling on FIFA to make themselves clear on the point situation in our 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying group, as South Africa use an ineligible player in a World Cup qualifier, which means they must lose 3 points and 3 goals to the opponents of the said match, that is Lesotho. He proceeded by saying, with the remaining qualifiers set to begin soon, it is imperative in the interest of fair play for all the teams in our World Cup qualifying group to know where they legitimately stand before we start to play. I hope it's very coherent for everyone to know what Genetra is talking about. He ended up by saying these words, I am surprised that FIFA is taking too long to resolve what is a very straightforward matter. It should and must be resolved without further delay. So according to Genetra, these are some of the things that FIFA shouldn't even think twice of it. They should come out. It's a straightforward matter. Just dock them 3 points and 3 goals. These are his exact words, of which I know you've had a full glare of whatever I said on this platform. And that is the latest coming in with South Africa's points deduction. I've spoken at length on this matter. And with time, before the resumption of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers, you get to know the legitimate stand of all these countries in the 2026 World Cup qualifying matches. Away from the camp of a former coach of the Super Eagles, Kenneth Rowe, is to the camp of Victor Boniface. Victor Boniface recently had an interview. In the interview, he criticized the commitments of the Super Eagles players during their international matches for the Super Eagles. He lamented that these players don't even care whether they lose or win for the Super Eagles. And according to a top official, a board member indeed, of the Nigerian Football Federation, this could lead to a spell of Victor Boniface from the Super Eagles team if things are done in the right manner. He ended up by saying they've watched the video, that is a recent interview of Victor Boniface talking about and criticizing his Super Eagles teammates. After watching the video, they forwarded it to the head coach of the team, Eric Sequechel, to institute that disciplinary action against Victor Boniface. So these are the latest coming in surrounding Victor Boniface. As to whether he will be expelled from the Super Eagles team, we don't know as it stands now. But they are talking about their way of talking and taking disciplinary mood in the team and activating it as well is to at least expel the player from the Super Eagles team. And with the latest report that I had, Eric Sequichel is not okay with a video that is Victor Boniface criticizing his Super Eagles teammates. And let's check out what Victor Boniface has to say that has led to this kind of accusation as to whether he'll be expelled from the Super Eagles team or not. He said, if some of my teammates are going to the national team, they feel like we go, we play, whether we win or we lose, it doesn't matter. And he ended up by saying these words, I am also trying to say to them, we are millions in Nigeria. I think in Africa, we have the highest population. So these were the exact words from Victor Boniface. He was like, his teammates don't care. They don't even realize that they are playing for the Super Eagles. As to whether they win or lose, they don't have any take on it. And he's trying to advise them that we have millions of populations in Nigeria, of which they've chosen us to represent the nation. So if you've gotten the opportunity or the chance to represent our country, we should deliver as it is. But these are some of the words coming out from Victor Boniface, of which he is facing the challenge of he being expelled from the Super Eagles team. As to whether it will materialize or not, this will be another topic to be talked about in my subsequent videos. I will end here with my presentation, but just leave your take on this matter. Do you think this is the right time for Nigerian Football Federation, the Super Eagles, and the head coach of the team, Eric Sequichel, to institute that disciplinary action against Victor Boniface? Leave your decent comments in the comment box. Were these words too harsh for Victor Boniface to be punished by he being expelled from the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team? Just leave it decently in the comment box. I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Before I take a leave of you, let me give special shout out to these amazing commenters under my previous videos. Ole Fatumbi, I do appreciate your support to Sports Fella. So far, so good. You've been amazing, cherished viewer on the platform. Special shout out to Mwembi Gamer. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Jeremiah Uwecho. I do appreciate your support. Emmanuel Took, I do appreciate your support. Peter Osai, I do appreciate your support. Mark Oduwa, I do appreciate your support. Odubaya Imbolaji, I do appreciate your support. Olayinumba, I do appreciate your support. Kingsley With, I do appreciate your support. Barry Black, I do appreciate your support. Junior Sheldon, I do appreciate your support. Edward, I do appreciate your support. And Kenneth, all those who watched but didn't comment, and all those who commented, I do appreciate the support of each and every cherished viewer on this platform. Until you meet again, it's bye for now.